How y'all doing? Yo, this is Papa Richard, Natural Born Man. I want to welcome y'all to part 14 of Challenge the Criminal Mind. Before I get deep into it, as you know, we go over the basic things. One, you have a right to be treated with respect, as long as you don't infringe upon the right of others. Two, you have a right to slow down and think before you speak. Three, you have the right to slow down and think before you react to any given situation. Four, you have a right to say no and don't feel guilty about it. Right? The basic piece of this is the thought is that your perception triggers a thought or feeling that subsequently affect your behavior. I hope you know what that means. All right. There's a few things I want to touch on. Right. First, this segment right here is like a dedication of respect to a lot of people that have lost their lives going to hospitals, and the doctors doing some malpractice work on them, killing them. That's what I want to focus on today. That's one of it's three things. That's one, dealing with malpractice, because remember, they were charged in the criminal mind. That's a criminal act when somebody goes into the hospital for one thing, and you do something else to them that kills them medically. It's a criminal thought behind it, because you shouldn't be killing nobody. All right. This is really dedicated to my boy James Haynes. James Haynes, that's my brother-in-law. Also to Shanana. This is a woman that was 23 years old. She never had no children. She went in because she went to the hospital because she had a headache. And somewhere along the line, the doctors messed up and they killed her. She died in the hospital because of malpractice. That's wrong. And I bring it to your attention because when people lose their lives over senseless stuff, or because somebody decides they want to get over or rob or steal or do something foul, that affects that person's life. Once you kill that person, you can also hurt their families. I'm saying, because I'm not just affected by what you do to me; it's the people around me too. Because we're not in the community by ourselves. We don't live in the world by ourselves. Right. So the main things we want to talk about, we're talking about malpractice by doctors. We're going to cover some of the other stupid stuff that's happening in our society that we disagree with. All right. Because I'm really tight about this, because my boy James Haynes, he was a professional basketball player. You know, and the way he died was, to me, it was unacceptable. Understand? He was working out. He was 50 years old, like 52 years old. He was working out in the gym. He had a mild stroke. They took him to the hospital, to Woodhull Hospital. He went to Woodhull Hospital for a while. They said that he's okay. At Woodhull Hospital, they messed up because they had him on a bed, and one of the nurses didn't put the rack up to stop him from falling over. So, being in a coma or whatever, they left him unattended. He rolled over and fell. When he rolled over and fell, he busted his head. In the process of busting his head, it started bleeding, you know, and the damage to the brain. So they was equipped to really deal with that type of medical problem. So they shipped him to Manhattan Hospital, Hospital in Manhattan. Two more foul things happened to him in that hospital. One, they had a nurse that was there. He was laying down in bed. This nurse took it upon herself. She cut him open, right? And the process of cutting him open is cut up his liver and his spleen, right? And what happened was his back got infected. His whole colon canal got infected, right? So now he's sick. So he's fighting that, and he's fighting the blow to his head and the coma, the pain that he's in. All right. So now they fix him up a little bit. They say that because of the fall that he had in Woodhull, you know, it damaged a big part of his brain, his nerve system of his brain, which is opened up. It made a hole in there, and that it gets filled up with blood, so they have to keep constantly pumping the blood out. And they're saying that if it's not taken care of properly, if he has another fall like this, they're not going to be able to stop the bleeding. All right. He was released from the hospital in Manhattan. He was in Brooklyn. He was doing good. Everything was going fine. He had a light stroke. They took him to Brookdale Hospital. He went to Brookdale Hospital. Again, he's in a bed. The lady don't put the two shields over so he won't fall off. He rolled out the bed again, bust his head. Now, He's in real bad shape, right? And to make a long story short, in the process of this, he died, right? Now, he didn't have to die, but because of the way he was treated and the malpractice done by the doctors and by the nurses, first of all, she's a nurse. She's not even certified to do any type of surgeries. What is she doing cutting into this man? Her ass should have been fired. Nothing happened to her. So she was a nurse walking past and seen a man laying down in the bed, just decided she want to do surgery. So you know how reliable she is legally for this? And that's only one person. Then the other person, the other hospitals where he fell out the bed, that's unacceptable. That's inexcusable. You're supposed to be professional people. If you have patients in it, it's your duty, your job to watch it, protect them. And look over, make sure shit like this don't happen. You know? And it's just bad. And I have to speak on malpractice because it affects us, not just James Hines. You know what I'm saying? Not just, what's the girl from the church? Not just Shaquana in the church. This happens to a lot of people that have families that put members in hospitals for various reasons, and doctors just don't file to them. You went in for a headache, now you got, the next thing you know, they're operating on your chest. Or you got something, they're doing something to your back. It got nothing to do with what you went in there for. Stop the bullshit. It's not acceptable. It shouldn't be done in this society. Malpractice, you know what I'm saying? Doctors, if you're faking, you know you don't want to do your job, you want to hurt people, get the hell out of the occupation or field. You understand? Because when you become a doctor or anybody over the public, you take an oath to protect the people and help the people. If you're a doctor, your job is to help the people, not perform any type of unauthorized surgeries on anybody. And that's wrong. And I'm speaking against it because it's foul. You know what I'm saying? And it's bad because a doctor, you're a position, you know what I'm saying, in a position where people trust you. And they trust you with their lives. You know what I'm saying? So when a person that's like you, that's a doctor in that position, and you abuse the people in any way, your penalty should be more severe than the average person. Because not only should you have known better, you took an oath to practice what you knew better. And you chose not to. And that's some foul shit. Stop that shit. All your malpractice, stop that. Another one I want to talk on.